Our next guest is a legendary actress. You know her from Waiting to Exhale, Grey's Anatomy, and Family Reunion. Now you can see her in the terrifying new movie, Spell. Please welcome the one and only Loretta Devine.
Hey! Hello, Loretta. Hi, Loretta. Ooh, you're in our color scheme right now. I'm feeling this, Loretta. Thank you for joining us. You look so gorgeous. Okay, so... Me too. All right, now back in February, you said that between acting and all of your hobbies, you couldn't recall the last time that you had nothing to do. So what are your hobbies?
Oh my God, I found out that all my hoarding paid off. I love to knit and sew and make jewelry and do puzzles. So I had all of that. As soon as the pandemic hit, I was right in sync.
Oh, I love that. I want to get Well, lately, a lot of us, our hobby is binge watching shows. Have you picked up any favorite new TV shows that you're loving?
Listen, I love Loni Love on Bridezilla. It really makes the show so funny. I am on the floor with her comments. She'll go, "Oh, girl, you gonna fall," and she'll fall. I have to play it 2 or 3 times. It's as good as watching I Love Lucy.
Well, finally, somebody respects my comic work. Thank you, Miss Devine. I appreciate it so much. You know?
It's so funny.
Let them know.
Even though we've come such a long way with diversifying who we see on screen, there's still so much work to be done. So throughout your years as an actor, Loretta, what changes have you personally seen in the fight for equal representation?
Oh my God. I think you see so many different races in so many different things. But it seems like the themes of all of the new movies are about systemic racism. If you look at Lovecraft County, if you look at Antebellum, if you look at Bad Hair, everything is getting real personal. If you talk about black girls' hair and which hair they're wearing and stuff, it makes you kind of nervous. But it's so different from when I started out in movies because everything was sort of like more family and, oriented. And so things are so different. I think there's so many more opportunities. But there's also more places to be. You know, you got your Hulu, your Hulu, your Google, all kinds of places to watch shows.
Not the Goo-Goo. Not the Google, but we love us some Netflix, and you actually have your show on Netflix, Family Reunion, and I really think that it's the perfect example of both on and off camera diversity. What has that experience been like for you?
Oh, it's been such a great experience. We have such a mixture of people that work there on the crew, on the staff, the writers. We have so many women directors, and some of them are just starting out. Kelly Parker, who started with us, she's done 28 shows since then. So it's an incredible place to learn, and we're just having a great time over there. And they're now shooting in the middle of this pandemic. It's scary, but we're getting it done.
Well, you know, Loretta, you are a leader in this industry. You've been one of our premier Black actresses for a long time. So I wanted to ask you some advice. How do you explain to others or give some inspiration to others to persevere during a difficult time, like what we're going through right now?
You know, well, I think the hardest thing about being in this industry, period, is that you're confronted with so many no's before you get to your first or second yes. And then sometimes your expectations are so much higher than the results that you get. I thought that to be in a movie, you become this huge movie star, and then when you actually get there and do it, that is not the truth of it. You may have to keep doing movies. I've done over 143, and there's so many people. I'm not like in the big A-list group, but you just have to keep working, keep pushing, keep doing it. Luckily, I was told that I was going to be a late bloomer, and that keeps me on my toes. So you just have to want it, and you have to be there and put your best self forward whenever you can.
And being in this industry, Loretta, have you ever felt like you couldn't use your voice to its full potential?
When I was younger, I was like that. I was so afraid to speak up. And then a lot of times, because I have a tiny voice anyway, I would say stuff and people would act like they didn't hear me. But the way to solve that is to get higher on the call sheet. The higher up you go, the more people will listen to you.
That's right. And you have one of the most distinct voices ever. People ever talk to you about how distinct your voice is? I can spot your voice from a mile away, I will hear
Yep.
the TV and be like, oh, that's Loretta Devine.
That's
Oh
Loretta.
my God. The kids call me the purple hippo because of Dr. McStuffin, Doc McStuffin.
Yes. Such a recognizable
thank
voice. You've had some super uber juicy roles over the last few years, and we recently saw you on the show P-Valley on Stars, which is based around a strip club. So you play a no-nonsense grandmother. Did you learn anything new about yourself from this role?
You trying to say, did I learn how to drop it like it's hot or anything? No.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Come on, Miss Loretta.
It was a wonderful experience. I got a chance to do all of my scenes with Uncle Clifford, who is Nico Anand. And it was just great. I knew the writer in advance, but Tasha Smith, who directed it, is the one that really called me and said, you got to come do this. And I was scared at first, but it turned out to be great. It was a great experience in Atlanta.
How was being
People
on
are
that pole?
obsessed with that show. But I need to know, did you get on the pole, Miss Devine? Did you show us what
pulled
delicious
myself
Devine
up.
is doing for the night?
I could not pull myself up. You got to have upper body strength. I don't have no strength in
I
my
ain't got
arms
it.
good yet.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way. It's that core. That core get me all the time,
That core,
Loretta.
they
So
said the
I
core
understand.
But those little girls, they would have
ain't
taught
got
me,
it.
honey. They were wonderful. They would have taught me if I had tried harder.
Well, Loretta, we used to seeing you play the mom type role. So isn't it exciting to be able to branch out? You know what I mean? How does that feel?
I don't know. I'm worried about people saying it because I don't want people to be afraid of me. And once you see Spell, it is a possibility that you could be terrified of me. This was such a scary movie. So I don't know if you've seen anything more than the trailer, but Omari is gorgeous in it. The director was gorgeous, but it was a lot of work, and it's very scary.
Like you just
Okay.
said, you're definitely playing a very different role in the horror movie Spell. But you guys, it looks super creepy, and you actually shot the film in one of my favorite plations, South Africa. What was that experience like?
Oh, that was so exciting. There were so many things to go, so many attractions to go to on your day off. The flat top mountain, and you would see gazelles and zebras just going around. But at night, they would lock the place down. So it was a wonderful experience to be there, and also to meet a lot of the people that live there. We had a lot of them in our show. So it was great.
Incredible.
And I want to go back. I can say that.
Love
Well,
South
the movie
Africa.
has been released just in time for Halloween. But I have a question. Are you a fan of scary movies? Do you like being scared?
Well, I started my career out in scary movies. I was in Urban Legend 1 and Urban Legend 2, and also Supernatural. But Supernatural scared me so much, I begged to get off of that show. And then it ran 17 years, just to show you my luck. I would have never had to audition again. But I guess that wasn't God's plan.
Yeah.
That is hysterical. Well, enough talk about this. I want to see you in action. Let's take a look at you in Spell.
I'll face Lewis now. Oh, ma'am. I just want to know where the hell my family is.
Lewis don't talk much. Some people think he's slow, but trust me, ain't nothing slow about Lewis.
Wait, what's going on, man? Hey, what?
Calm yourself down. You calm yourself down.
Wow.
I'm scared.
Look at our faces. We like, wow.
What? I want to summon somebody like that. Lois!
Oh, we got to see this movie, Loretta. But you know what? Not only are you doing this movie, you're such a busy woman. What else do you have coming up?
So we're doing a family reunion right now, so that'll be back on Netflix. And then I have a new movie called Starling with Melissa McCarthy that will be coming out on Netflix very soon as well. And also at the end of this month, another thriller that I just played the mother of the lead girl, and it's called Always and Forever. Mike Stokes and Shondarella produced it. So those things are coming out. Oh, I'm on Connector on NBC as reoccurring.
Yo, she's doing it all. She is doing it
working.
all, Loretta.
Give up the
thank
knitting,
you so
Miss
much for being
Loretta.
with us today. It is
Girl, you
always
gotta
such a
stay
pleasure to
in.
have you. Yes,
Thank you. So
can
good to see
spell.
you. And you dance
So good seeing you.
fabulously on Dancing with the Stars. I hope. Okay.
Thank you, Miss Devine. Thank you. I want to win your vote.
I
Thank
love
you.
You can catch Spell in select theaters right now, and it will be available on premium video on demand starting October 30th.